Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Rama Jayam. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Namaskar and welcome back to Amarabharata YouTube channel, where we are studying the Deepakam class 8 Samskrita textbook. In that, the Panchamaha Pathaha, lesson number 5, Geeta Sugeeta Kartavya. The Bhagavad Gita should be sung, memorized, practiced. Sung well, memorized and also practiced. Now we look at the lesson along with an explanation in the English language. Now we look at the meaning of this title a little bit. Geeta means the Bhagavad Gita. Sugeeta means should be learnt, sung, memorized. Kartavya should be practiced in our life. So the overall meaning we can say as Srimad Bhagavad Gita should be learnt, sung well, memorized and practiced in our daily life. Now, this is a picture of the Bhagavad Gita which many of you would have seen. Now a short introduction to Bhagavad Gita in 60 seconds. The number of shlokas is 700 or 701. The number of chapters is 18. And these chapters are organized in three shatkas. Shatka means hexad, a set of 6 chapters. Chapters 1 to 6 are called the Prathama Shatka or Purva Shatka. 7 to 12 is called the Dvitiya Shatka or the Madhyama Shatka. 13 to 18 is called the Tritiya or the Antima Shatka. And the number of shlokas told by Lord Krishna are 574. Arjuna tells 84 or plus 1, 85. Sanjaya tells 41. Dhritarashtra tells 1 shloka. So this comes to 700 or 701, as I told you. The chapter names are all written here. The biggest chapter is the last chapter, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, which has 78 shlokas. The smallest chapter is Bhakti Yoga, which has 20 shlokas only. Even the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga, has 20 shlokas, but the shlokas are longer in length compared to Bhakti Yoga chapter. So technically, Bhakti Yoga is the smallest chapter. The second largest chapter is the second one, which is the Sankhya Yoga, which is 72 shlokas. The other shlokas, the other chapters, the number of shlokas are also mentioned here. You can pause and take a look at it. Now we go to the lesson. Kurukshetre Shri Geeta Jayanti Mahotsavaha Acharitaha. In Kurukshetra, the Shri Geeta Jayanti celebration was being done. Tatra Bahavaha Janaha Agachan. Many people went there. Rameshaha api Swa Janakena Saha Tatra Gatavan. Ramesha also went there along with his father. Kathavachakaha Geetayaha Vishaye Varnayati Sma. The narrator described this about the Bhagavad Gita, which is Geeta Sugeeta Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai Yasvayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmadvinisrita. Geeta Sugeeta Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai Yasvayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmadvinisrita. The Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words is like this. Geeta, Sugeeta, Kartavya, Kim Manyaihi will become Kim plus Anyaihi, Shastra Vistaraihi, Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat Vinisrata. And we can tell the Anvaya something like this. Geeta Sugeeta Kartavya Eva Anyaihi Shastra Vistaraihi Kim Prayojanam या गीता स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्मात् विनिसृता सा गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या. Continuing, idam shrutva Ramesha pitaram aprichat. Having heard this, Ramesha asked his father, Pitaha Geeta ka? Oh father, what is the Geeta? Katham Sugeeta Kartavya? How is it Sugeeta Kartavya? Then Pita, father says, Putra, O son, Bahubhyaha Varshebhyaha Purvam. Many years ago, Kurukshetre Kauravanam Pandavanam cha Madhye Sangramaha Abhavat. There was a war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. They are both cousins actually. Tasmin Yuddhe Swa Bandhavan Drishtva. In this war, having seen his own relatives, Arjuna Yuddham Kartum Na Ichhati Sma. Arjuna did not wish to wage the war. Tada Bhagavan Shri Krishna Yuddha Parangmukham Arjunam Kartavya Palanartham Upadishtavan. Then Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna. Yuddha Parangmukham means who was running away from the war. What did he instruct Arjuna? To perform his Kartavya Palanartham, to perform his ordained duty. Shri Krishnasya Upadeshaha Eva Srimad Bhagavad Geeta Asti. This instruction from Sri Krishna is indeed the Srimad Bhagavad Geeta. Geetayam Amrita Tulyaha Upadeshaha Santi. In the Srimad Bhagavad Geeta, there are instructions which are equivalent to elixir or ambrosia. Amrita is nothing but elixir or ambrosia, and we can say that there are universal and timeless instructions equivalent to elixir, amrita, ambrosia. Further, Rameshaha Tarhi Sugeeta Kartavya ityasya kaha ashayaha. Then what is the intent of the words Sugeeta Kartavya? Pita, father says, Asya ashayaha asti. The intent of this is that Yat Geetayaha Abhyasaha Samyak Rupena Karaniyaha. That the practice of the Bhagavad Gita is to be done very well, very nicely. Gita Uttama Bhavena Pathitavya. The Gita is to be studied with the highest kind of feeling. Karyakshetre, Jivanakshetre cha Geetayaha Upadeshaha Anupalaniyaha. In the fields of work, Karyakshetra means in the field of whatever work we are doing. Jivanakshetra, in life in general, in the field of life also, the instructions of the Gita are to be practiced, follow. Anupalaniya means, anu means repeatedly practiced and followed. Every day, every single day of our life, we have to practice the Gita and follow it, whatever is instructions given there. Asmin pathe vayam Srimad Bhagavad Gitayaha kanschana shlokan pathamaha. In this lesson, we will learn some shlokas of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We will learn 8 shlokas to be precise. Vayam shlokan militva gayamaha api. We will also sing these shlokas all together in a chorus. We go to the first shloka. Dukkheshvanudvigna manaha sukeshu vigatas sprahaha Vitaraga bhayakrodha sthita dhir muniruchyate. Dukkheshvanudvigna manas sukheshu vigatas spraha Vitaraga bhayakrodha sthita dhir muniruchyate. The padacheda, split of words is, see this one big word is Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha Sukheshu vigatas spraha Vitaraga bhayakrodha. His whole thing is one word. Sthitadhihi munihi uchyate. This thing is 3 words. Sthitadhihi munihi uchyate. You can see the Anvaya also here. This is actually taken from chapter 2, which is Sankhya Yoga, shloka number 56, which tells about Sthita Prajna Lakshana, the characteristics of a Sthita Prajna. Now we look at the Bhavartha, the summary, the meaning of this. Sri Krishna is telling this, as we can see here. Yaha manushyaha apatkaleshu udvegam na anubhavati. That person who does not get perturbed in times of distress. Yaha sukha praptaye api nispraha icharahitaha bhavati. And also, when happiness comes, does not get attached, does not get desirous. Yaha ichha, asaktihi, bhayaha, krodhaha, iti etebhyaha muktaha bhavati. And that person who is free from desire, fondness or excessive interest in material objects, bhaya is fear, krodha is anger, iti etebhya and also others similar to this, mukta bhavati is free from all of these things. Saha mauni purushaha sthita prajnaha bhavati. That sage, Muni is actually told as manana shila, is always engaged in contemplation. Sthita prajna, he is a person of equipoise as sthita prajna. Sthita prajnatva is a very difficult concept to follow in our real life, and this is one of the ways by which it is to be practiced. Next one. Krodhat bhavati sammohas sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho buddhi nashat pranashyati. Krodhat bhavati sammohas sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho buddhi nashat pranashyati. This word krodhat bhavati is krodhat plus bhavati, then sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha, buddhinashat pranashyati. So look at the anvaya here. This is also from chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, which is shloka number 63, which tells about a chain reaction towards downfall of a person, how things proceed in like a chain from one after the other. So what is the meaning? Sri Krishna is continuing the Upadesha here, the instructions. Manavasya yada krodhaha bhavati. When a person gets angry, tada krodhat avivekaha utpadyate. From that anger arises delusion or confusion. What does it mean? He is unable to discern right from wrong, duty from non-duty, dharma from adharma. Avivekat atmanam vismarati. From delusion leads to forgetfulness of the self, his own self. He forgets who he is in real nature. He forgets his ultimate nature, ultimate reality, essential nature. Kim yogyam kincha ayogyam iti avichintya krodhat vyamoham prapnoti. What is fit to be done or a duty? Kim yogyam, kimcha ayogyam, and what is not fit for doing or non-duty. Having not considered this, iti avichintya, without even considering this, krodhat, from anger, his anger leads to delusion, confusion. Yada adhikaha vyamohaha bhavati. With the increase of delusion, tada manusyasya smritihi nishkriya nashta cha bhavati. Then the person's memory becomes inactive, means it doesn't work, and also lost, means there will be loss of memory. Whatever he knew very well long back, he will forget it in the place of when he gets confused or deluded. Smritehe nashat buddhihi nashyati. From the loss of memory, the intellect gets lost. Buddhehe nashat saha manushyaha vinasham prapnoti. With the loss of intellect, the person gets totally destroyed. So this is a chain reaction. From anger comes confusion or delusion. Delusion leads to loss of memory. Loss of memory leads to loss of intellect. And loss of intellect leads to total destruction of the person. This is a chain reaction which we have to avoid. Next. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः तत् विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः. The Anvaya is here. This is from chapter 4, which is Jnana Yoga. Shloka number 34. That means approaching a guru and learning, seeking knowledge from a guru, learning from a guru. So how should we approach a guru and how should we conduct ourselves in front of the guru is what is told here. Bhagavan Shri Krishna Arjunam Upadishati. Shri Krishna instructs Arjuna, Hey Arjuna, O Arjuna, Bhavan Guroha Samipam Gatva. Having approached a guru, Yathartha Jnanam Praptum Prayasam Karotu. Put efforts to acquire the right knowledge about essential nature of this universe, about God, about Jivatman. Bhavan Vinitaha Jignasuhu cha Bhutva Guroha Sevam Karotu. Having humility and spirit of inquiry, do service to the Guru. Tattvajnani Guruho Bhavate Jnanam Pradasyati. A realized Guru will indeed instruct you with that knowledge of reality. Yataha ye satyasya darshanam kritavantaha te eva yathartha jnaninaha bhavanti. Because only those who have seen the ultimate truth, realized the ultimate or eternal truth, realized the ultimate truth, only they can be the knowers of the ultimate reality of this universe, about the nature of this universe, the physical universe which we see around us, about God and about what is called as the Jivatman, which we roughly translate as the soul of a person. Next shloka. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparas sanyate indriyah jnanam labdhva param shanti machirena adhigacchati. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparas samyate indriyah jnanam labdhva param shanti machirena adhigacchati. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparah samyatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. This is also from chapter 4, Jnana Yoga, shloka number 39. Means of acquiring knowledge or wisdom. How should be my attitude, kind of thing. So the bhavartha is Yaha Shraddhaluhu Manushyaha. Sri Krishna is continuing, that person who has faith or belief, Divya Jnanam Praptum Nirantaram Prayasam Karoti, ceaselessly endeavors or strives to acquire the divine knowledge. Not even a day's break. He continuously, ceaselessly endeavors or strives, puts effort. Tatha eva yaha manushyaha indriyani svavashe kritavan. Likewise is a person who has controlled, subdued his sense organs. Saha manushyaha divyajnanam prapsyati. That person acquires divine knowledge. He has the capability to acquire divine knowledge. Tadrisham divyam jnanam prapya saha purushaha jivane anantam anandam prapnoti. Having acquired such a divine knowledge, he attains supreme bliss in his life. Is the meaning of this shloka, the bhavartha summary. Next one. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha kshami. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha kshami. Padacheda is Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitraha karunaha eva cha nirmamaha nirahankaraha samadukha sukha kshami. Anvaya is here. This is from chapter 12, which is Bhakti Yoga, shloka number 13, which tells about the characteristics of a bhakta or a bhakti yogi, a true bhakta. How will he be in this world? That's what this shloka is telling. We'll see the meaning. Sri Krishna is telling here, Hey Arjuna, O Arjuna, yaha kasyam api paristitau vichalitaha na bhavati. He who under any circumstances, any adverse kind of circumstances, does not get perturbed. Vichalitaha na bhavati, does not get perturbed. Yaha ईर्ष्या रहितः समस्त प्राणिनां कृते मित्र भावयुतः दयालुः च भवति. He who is free from jealousy, ईर्ष्या rahita means jealousy. It can also mean grudge, revenge, hatred and so on. He is free from all these feelings. Samasta praninam krite mitra bhava yutaha, has a feeling of friendliness towards all the beings, not just human beings, including all the animals also and plants also. Dayaluhu cha bhavati, and is compassionate. Yaha mamatva rahitaha, who is bereft of the feeling of mine, means my object, my phone, my car, etc. He's free from that kind of a feeling. He has no feeling of mine. Ahankara vihinaha, free from ego. Sama dukkha sukha dukkheshu samabhavayutaha, who is equipoised in happiness and sorrow. Sukha dukkheshu samabhavayutaha kshamashilaha, and he who has a feeling of forgiveness or forbearance. Chabhavati, whoever is having these kind of qualities. Tadrishaha purusha, such a person, bhagavataha atyantam priyaha bhakta bhavati, is extremely dear bhakta to Bhagavan. Those who have seen the movie called Mahavatar Narsimha, which has just come, the characteristics of Prahlada you can see here. No hatred, no revenge, equipoised in happiness and sorrow, compassionate to all beings, and Bhagavan is very, very dear to such a person. Next one. Santushta satatam yogi yatatma dridha nishchayah mayyarpita mano buddhiryo madbhaktas same priyah. Santushta satatam yogi yatatma dridha nishchayah mayyarpita mano buddhiryo madbhaktas same priyah. Padacheda is santushtaha satatam yogi yatatma दृढ़ निश्चय मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धि यह मद्भक्तः सह मे प्रियः. This is also from chapter 12, which is Bhakti Yoga, shloka number 14. Characteristics of a bhakta, a true bhakta or a true bhakti yogi. Meaning is, Sri Krishna is telling, Hey Partha, O Partha, yaha nirantaram santushtaha bhavati, he who is ever contented. Arthat kasyapi vastunaha abhavat kadapi asantushtaha na bhavati. He who does not get dissatisfied when any dear object is not available to him. Whichever dear object goes away from him, he does not get dissatisfied at all times. At any time he does not get dissatisfied. Yaha manaha indriyani cha vijitya samyami bhavati. He who has won over his mind and sense organs and is self-controlled, which means he has mastery over himself, self-mastery. Yaha swabuddhya parameshwarasya swarupam sthirikaroti. One who has established, not just established, firmly established the form of the Supreme Lord in his mind or intellect. For example, this form of the Supreme Lord is Lord Krishna. Even that form, if it comes established firmly in the mind when my eyes are closed, and this bhakta is like that, one who has firmly established the form of Supreme Lord in his mind and intellect, yascha yahacha manaha buddhincha ishvare samarpayati. One who has offered his whole mind, intellect to the Lord. Mind and intellect both he has offered to the Lord. Saha santushtaha mama ativa priyatamaha bhaktaha bhavati. Such a bhakta is extremely, extremely dear to me, is what Lord Krishna is telling. Next one. Yasmanno dvijate lokaha lokanno dvijate chayah harsha marsha bhayo dvegair mukto yassacha me priyaha. So padacheda is yasmat na udvijate lokaha lokat na udvijate cha yaha harsha amarsha bhaya udvegaihi muktaha yaha saha cha me priyaha. Anvaya is here. This is also from chapter 12, shloka 15, characteristics of a bhakta or a bhakti yogi. So what is the meaning of this? Hey Arjuna, O Arjuna, yasmat manushyat kopi manushyaha prani va udvignaha na bhavati. He by whom no other person or animal gets agitated. In his presence, no other person should get agitated. Next, yascha manushyaha anyasmat janat praninaha va udvignaha na bhavati. He is also not agitated by any other person or animal. For example, even if a ferocious animal comes in front of him, he is not agitated. We see this in the case of the life of Swami Vivekananda. Once he was traveling alone in a forest, he saw a tiger face to face, and he said, both of us have God inside us, and let God's will happen. And he just did not get any agitation at all, and it is said that the tiger just went away in its path and did no harm to Swami Vivekananda. You can read this in the story, life history of Swami Vivekananda. Yascha harshena irshya bhitya chintaya cha rahitah bhavati. Yahacha harshena irshya bhitya chintaya cha rahitah bhavati. He who is bereft of joy. Harsha is joy. Irshya is envy. Bhaya is fear. Bhitya, bhaya. Chintaya is anxiety. He is free from all these kind of feelings. Saha mama ativa priyaha bhakta bhavati. Such a bhakta is very, very dear to me, is what Lord Krishna is telling. Further, anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Padacheda is anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam cha yat swadhyayabhyasanam cha eva vangmayam tapaha uchyate. Anvaya is here. This is from chapter 17, Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Shloka number 15 talks about types of tapas or penance. What is the meaning of this? Sri Krishna says, Yat anudvegakaram bhashanam udvegam na janayet. That talk which does not cause agitation or excitement in the listener. Satyam, which is truthful. Priyakaram, pleasant. Hitakaram, beneficial. Cha bhashanam syat. Tat vangmayam tapah iti kathyate. Such a talk is called as austerity of in speech or tapas in speech. Shastra adinam swadhyayah. Study of the shastras or scriptures. Tesham abhyasaha cha, and putting them to practice. Cha vachikam tapaha kathyate, are called as penance in speech. Tatha swadhyayah abhyasaschapi yathavidhi vangmayam tapaha iti uchyate. Therefore, theory and practice of scriptures, yathavidhi, as is told, as is ordained, is called as austere speech. Ataha vidyarthibhihi smaraniyam yat. Therefore, students should always remember that What? Priyavakyapradanena sarve tushyanti jantavah tasmat tadeva vaktavyam vachane ka daridrata. Priyavakyapradanena sarve tushyanti jantavah tasmat tadeva vaktavyam vachane ka daridrata. Meaning is, by the utterance of pleasant words, all beings become happy. Therefore, that itself is to be said. Where is a scarcity with respect to speech? Vachaneka daridrata. Now the meanings of some of the words. Mahotsavaha is festival. Kathavachaka is narrator or the proponent. Sugeetaa is melodious song. Yuddha parangmukham is war hours. Amrita tulyaha like nectar. Anudvigna manaha, person of tranquil mind. Vigataspraha, detached. Actually, some people call it as detached attachment. It is not just detachment, but also detached attachment. Because what it means is that I am detached from all the worldly objects, but I am extremely attached to the Lord, to Bhagavan, to Lord Krishna. That's what is Vigataspraha, detached attachment. Vitaraga Bhayakrodha means free from attachment, fear and anger. Chitadhihi, steady minded or equipoised as we call. Next, Munihi is sage. Mananashila means he is always in contemplation. Sammohaha is delusion or confusion. Mitivibhramaha is loss of memory or failure of memory. Shraddhavan, devoted. Samyatendriyaha, one who has controlled his sense organs. Pranipatena, by bowing down or salutation to the master. Pariprashnena, by questioning with humility. Upadeksyanti, they will preach. Tattvadarshinaha, those who have realized the truth. Next, Vidhi, may you know. Adveshta, one who never hates. Sarvabhutanam, of all beings. Maitraha, friendly. Karunaha, compassionate. Nirmamaha, free from the sense of mine. Nirahankaraha, egoless. Samadukha sukha, same in pain and pleasure. Kshami, endowed with forbearance. Further, Udvijate, agitated. Lokaha, the world. Harsha marsha bhayodvegaihi, from joy, impatience, fear and anxiety. They call this impatience, but here they say krodha, so we can say it as anger instead of impatience. Yathatma is self-restraint. Dridhanishchayaha, firmly resolute, determined. Arpita manobuddhi, one who has offered his mind and intellect. Anudvegakaram, offending, non-agitating, unoffending or non-agitating. Abhyasanam is practice, and Vangmayam is verbal penance or penance in speech. Now, there is a small grammar and some other notes portion which I want to tell you in this lesson. Adhare saptami vibhaktehe prayogaha bhavati. One of the uses of the saptami vibhakti is in the context of being a support, an adhara. For example, Utpithikayam pustakamasti. The book is on the table, which means the book is supported by the table. So the table is acting as a support. Dukkheshu. See, Utpitikayam, Dukkheshu and Sukheshu are all in Saptami Vibhakti. So Dukkheshu Anudvigna Manaha Bhavet is not agitated when in sorrow. So sorrow is generally the sorrow is a support for agitation of the mind. So in the case of a bhakta, sorrow does not cause agitation. So Dukkheshu is in Saptami Vibhakti. It is acting as a support, as an adhara. Similarly, Sukheshu Vigataspraha. Generally, happiness acts as a support for attachment to other worldly objects. But for a bhakta, Sukheshu Vigataspraha, such a happiness does not lead to attachment. So this is what is the meaning. But Sukheshu, which is a support, is in Saptami Vibhakti. Next one, Utpatti Arthe Karana Arthe Va Panchami Vibhaktehe Prayoga Bhavati. For what it means is, one of the uses of Panchami Vibhakti is in the context of origin or cause. For example, Krodhat Sammoha Bhavati. Krodhat, Sammohat and Smriti Bhramshat are all in Panchami Vibhakti. Krodhat Sammoha Bhavati means from anger arises delusion. So anger is the cause for delusion. Sammohat Smriti Vibhrama Bhavati. Delusion is the cause for loss of memory. Smriti Bhramshat Buddhinasha Bhavati. So, loss of memory is the cause or the origin for destruction of intellect. So, Panchami Vibhakti and Saptami Vibhakti, two of the uses are shown in this particular lesson. Next, I just want to add a small part for the Bhagavad Gita. There is this very useful book which is very inexpensive also from the Geeta Press, Gorakhpur, which is Srimad Bhagavad Gita Padacheda Anvaya Sadharana Bhasha Tika Sahita. Means it has the Padacheda, it has the Anvaya and Pratipadartha, and also a small summary meaning for each shloka, for each of the 700 shlokas. The same book is available in Hindi, in Kannada, in Telugu, in Bengali, in Odia, in Assamia, in Gujarati, in Marathi, in Tamil, Malayalam, and also in Nepali. So you can actually see, according to your mother tongue, you can pick the book which you want to study, and I suggest you make it a lifetime mission. Means at least by the time you are 30, 35 years or 40 years of age, you should have studied the entire Bhagavad Gita, all the 700 shlokas, in terms of understanding the meanings of each of these shlokas and start putting them in practice in your daily life. So this is a very handy reference for that. Some more, this is available, you can order them online also at this particular website. Next, we have Swami Chinmayananda ji has written explanations, commentaries on each of the 18 chapters, and these are available as a set of these 18 books, which you can buy at the Chinmaya Mission website, which I have shown you here. This is a very, very useful reference. If you have time, you can actually go through each one of them. Take one sample book and go through it cover to cover. You will get enriched quite a lot. But I suggest you purchase the entire set and tell your parents to get the entire set and read it at your convenience at a later point in your life. Next, we have from Samskrita Bharati, we have several books on the Geeta. Some of them are related to the grammar portions, how Sanskrit grammar has been utilized in the Bhagavad Gita. There is Geeta Pravesha, Geeta Sopana, and so on, and Geeta Dhatu Rupavali, Sa Anvayam Shankara Bhashyam, and these are all available at the Samskrita Bharati bookstore website. And for those of us who know Kannada, there is a wonderful book written by Pujya D.V. Gundappa, which is called as Bhagavad Gita Tatparya Athava Jivana Dharma Yoga. And this book is available now in English, which has been translated by Sri K. Natarajan, and you can buy either the Kannada if you know the Kannada language, or you can also get the English version. Some new insights according to modern day are actually written by Dr. D.V.G. in this particular book. Next, we have several other books by here I have shown here. Jnaneshwari, Godhartha Deepika. Then we have Bhagavad Gita by Paramahamsa Yogananda ji. Then Bhagavad Gita as it is by Sri Prabhupada Swami. Then we have Bhagavad Gita by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, who was the Vice President of our country. Then Bhagavad Gita by Mahatma Gandhi. Then we have Bhagavad Gita for children by one Rupa Pai. Then Bhagavad Gita by Swami Mukundananda ji. And then an interesting book here by an atheist gets the Gita by these authors. Now that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe and share. See you in the next video with the exercise part of the same lesson. Geeta Sugeeta Kartavya. YouTube Amarabharata. Shivam Bhoyat. Mangalamastu. Vande Mataram. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.